Inflation is a word we hear often in economics, but what does it actually mean? Simply put, inflation is a rise in the general price level of goods and services in an economy over a period of time. When the price level rises, each unit of currency buys fewer goods and services. Consequently, inflation reflects a reduction in the purchasing power per unit of money, a loss of real value in the medium of exchange and unit of account within the economy. Imagine you have $10. Today you can buy 2 avocado toasts with that money. But with inflation, the price of avocado toast goes up. Next month, you might only be able to buy 1 avocado toast with the same $10. This simple example illustrates how inflation erodes the purchasing power of your money. The effects of inflation are far-reaching. It impacts not just individuals but businesses, governments, and the entire economy. Understanding inflation is crucial to making informed financial decisions in an ever-changing economic landscape. Economists often categorize inflation into different types depending on its root cause. Demand pull inflation is like the rush for limited edition sneakers when everyone wants a pair, but there aren't enough to go around. Imagine everyone wants the latest smartphone, but there aren't enough to go around. This excess demand can drive up prices. Cost push inflation, on the other hand, is like the rising cost of concert tickets when the cost of production increases. This could be due to rising wages, higher commodity prices, or supply chain disruptions. These increased costs are often passed on to consumers in the form of higher prices. Finally, built-in inflation is a kind of self-fulfilling prophecy. When people expect prices to rise, they demand higher wages. This, in turn, can lead businesses to raise their prices, creating a spiral of inflation. To measure inflation, economists track the prices of a basket of goods and services over time. The Consumer Price Index, CPI, is one such measure that reflects the average change in prices paid by urban consumers for a basket of consumer goods and services. Another closely watched gauge is the Personal Consumption Expenditures, PCE, Price Index, which measures changes in the prices of goods and services purchased by U.S. residents. These indexes provide valuable insights into the rate of inflation and are used by policymakers to guide economic decisions. Inflation can have a significant impact on consumers. As prices rise, consumers see their purchasing power diminish. They may have to cut back on spending, dip into their savings, or take on more debt to maintain their standard of living. For millennials, this could mean higher rent, more expensive student loans, and pricier coffee shop visits. Businesses also feel the pinch of inflation. Rising input costs, such as raw materials and labor, can squeeze profit margins. Businesses may have to raise prices to maintain profitability, which can lead to a decline in sales. Inflation creates uncertainty in the business environment, making it harder for companies to plan for the future. The impact of inflation is not always negative. Moderate inflation can be a sign of a healthy economy. It can encourage consumers to spend rather than save, as they anticipate higher prices in the future. This increased demand can lead to economic growth. However, high and volatile inflation is generally undesirable as it creates uncertainty and can harm economic stability. Navigating an inflationary environment requires careful planning and smart financial decisions. Here are some tips to help you stay afloat. Create a budget. Track your income and expenses, including those brunch outings, to identify areas where you can cut back. This will free up money to cover the rising cost of essentials. Shop around. Compare prices from different e-commerce sites to ensure you are getting the best deals. Consider buying in bulk or taking advantage of sales and discounts. Negotiate your salary. If you are employed in a tech job, don't be afraid to negotiate your salary to keep pace with inflation. Highlight your skills and accomplishments to justify a raise. Invest wisely. Consider investing in assets that have historically outpaced inflation, such as trending stocks or cryptocurrencies. However, remember that all investments carry risks. Stay informed, stay up to date on the latest economic news and inflation forecasts. This will help you make informed financial decisions and adapt to changing circumstances.